Having like another. Not anymore, no. Hello. Hello. Does that have volume? This is a test. This is a test. Does it sound from the TV? This is a test.
This is a test.
So we're out here by the Avenal Community Center. It's gonna take a second. There's a delay.
It's super delayed because it delayed back over here already, but it didn't.
That's Facebook though.
Stop yelling at me.
I already said that. It's actually not too bad of a delay because when we're doing our city council thing, it's a good 45-second delay. That's
Really?
Yeah, that's why I always tell Mayor, hey, give us a minute and a half. That's why we're always like,
So see, you could catch that from over here. So Hold her steady.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Fernando Santillan. I'm the Community Development Director for the City of Avenal, and I'm joined by the Community Activities Department, Ana Nieto, Sheila Verdugo. We got Humberto Bermudez behind the camera, and we got our City Manager, Anthony Lopez, right behind me. The reason that we're having this virtual workshop today is because we are hoping to apply for a grant that will help us build a park behind this community center building that is under construction right now. And that grant will also help us finish this building on the inside. As you can see, we've completed work on the exterior of the building. We've got the building up, we got the parking lot in, and we are just now looking for additional funding to finish the inside of the building. So now I'm gonna introduce myself in Spanish, just for those Spanish-speaking viewers. Buenas tardes, me llamo Fernando Santillán y soy el director de desarrollo comunitario con la ciudad de Avenal, y estamos aquí para solicitar ideas y comentarios para un presupuesto que vamos a meter con el Estado para pedir fondos para completar un parque, construir un parque detrás de este edificio que es el Centro Comunitario de Avenal, que está bajo construcción todavía, pero también queremos pedir ideas de la comunidad y asegurarnos de que lo que estamos pidiendo del Estado es lo que la comunidad quiere ver aquí en Avenal. So we are, I wanted to go into some visual representations of what we have in mind. On the screen, you'll see a bird's eye view of the park that we are proposing to build behind this building. So you'll see on the right side of the screen the building that's already there, and then right behind that building, and we're going to go walk around behind the building to see what's there now, which is essentially empty dirt, so you can get an idea of where everything's going to be. So we have this amphitheater that we want to build, which we can have for concerts, outdoor concerts, for different activities like plays and whatever we want to have out there to provide entertainment to the community. We also want to have a splash pad area for the kids that's going to provide good fun for the kids during the summer. There's nowhere in town right now where kids can go and play in a splash pad, so that's going to be a huge feature for the community. And then we're also going to combine that with a couple of playgrounds for kids of all ages, and that's going to include shade over here as well. And then we also are going to provide shaded areas for picnics and barbecues. So people who want to come out here, have a good time with their families and barbecue, have a gathering. Once the COVID-19 pandemic is over, we'll be able to do that. And then we plan on having a dog park area because we are going to be located right next to the animal shelter. So we want to have an area for both small dogs and large dogs, so that you can bring your dog out here. If you want to adopt a dog, you can take him out here and see how he plays and maybe get familiar with your dog from the animal shelter. And then we're also planning on building a walking track around the entire park. As you can see, that gray walking track for people who want to either walk, jog, or ride their bikes on that trail. And so along the trail, you'll have lighting that's solar powered. And you'll also have stations where you have fitness equipment, outdoor fitness equipment, where if you're jogging and you want to get some exercise in, some upper body exercise, you can stop at each station and combine that with your workout as well. So as you can see, we have a really large project plan, and it's going to take a lot of money. What we anticipate this whole project is going to cost, including building out the interior of this building, the community center, it's going to be about $8 million that we'd be requesting from the state. So any ideas or any input that you have for how we can make this concept better, feel free to provide us with your comments in the chat if you're watching on Facebook Live or if you're watching on Zoom. So if you want to, Tony, go on to the next slide. I wanted to give you some more detailed three-dimensional renderings of what we have in mind. You'll see here we have the dog park area, so the picnic tables and the building right behind the dog park area, and that's fenced in, of course. The next slide shows the proposed playgrounds that are separated by a little walking path, and they're fenced in also. So we want to have swings, we want to have a lot of inclusive elements for special needs kids, for disabled children, but also for for children of all ages that they can enjoy different elements to play in. The next slide is a visual of the walking trail. I mentioned before that we're also going to incorporate a bike, excuse me, a biking element to the trail. So you won't only just be able to walk or jog, you'll be able to ride your bike. You'll have the pull-up bars and other fitness equipment. You'll have a restroom where you can take a shower after you've gone on the splash pad and things like that. Then of course you have the building and the parking lot over here on this side. And then this is a picture of the amphitheater. So the backdrop of the amphitheater will be the back of the building, and we'll go around to see the back of the building right now, but it'll essentially be a good place for people to be able to sit down outdoors with their family and enjoy an entertainment depending on what it is that the city has planned. The next slide shows our floor plan for this building. So none of this is currently here except for the basketball court. And the middle of the building doesn't have a concrete slab yet, but we do have the concrete slab for the indoor soccer field. We just haven't put in the soccer field in yet. So as you can see, we'll also have a commercial kitchen. So if we are looking to provide community nutrition classes, cooking classes, we also want to make that available for private events. So if you want to rent out the basketball court for a quinceañera or something like that, you want to use the kitchen to cook or to cater, you'll have that ability to do that. Then we'll have restrooms with showers, because we are going to have a weight room / fitness center. So for those of you who are traveling out of town right now to, go to a gym or do some weightlifting, you won't have to do that anymore if we get this project funded to build the weight room and the fitness center. We'll also have an area where you can do dance and Zumba and ballet classes, different types of dance classes. It'll also be a multi-purpose room. So if we have some kind of training, if we want to have some kind of professional business workshop, we can have it in that room as well. It'll have audio visual equipment, projectors, and those kinds of things. And then we'll also have office space for city staff and other potential partners who are there to help us run the facility. So the second floor is going to consist of this middle part. It'll be a mezzanine. So upstairs in the mezzanine, it'll just be the middle part, which is going to look over to the basketball court and to the indoor soccer field. And so what we want to have is a game lounge, so people can go and have maybe esports tournaments, and also maybe have some fitness equipment, maybe some bikes that you can, or a treadmill that you can get on while you're watching a soccer game or watching a basketball game. So we have different ideas for what we can do there, but we really want to make it an area where young people and people of all ages really gather. There'll be an elevator also that'll take you up to the mezzanine, and we'll have office space and restrooms up there as well. So the next slide is going to be a picture of what we envisioned this building to be on the exterior. And as you can see, we're pretty much there. We don't have the signage yet for this building, but we've stuck to what we envisioned in the beginning, and we're making a lot of progress. So as you can see, the exterior of the building is pretty much done. The next slide is going to be a conceptual plan of basically what I just showed you. You have your splash pad, your playgrounds, your walking trail. This is the entire park area. We have 23 acres that we can develop for the park and for potentially other facilities. So we have a lot of room to work with. And we do anticipate that we're going to use a large part of that 23 acres. So let's see, what is the next slide? That's it. Okay, so
audio and visual, all looking good. We got 21, 22 viewers.
Awesome.
So far, so good.
We got
no
20.
comments yet.
And are you
All right.
gonna translate? Are you going in increments, or are you gonna go back?
So if anybody has questions in Spanish, feel free to ask them, and I'd be happy to answer them in Spanish rather than do my entire presentation again in Spanish. But yeah, we can definitely answer any questions in Spanish because I am bilingual. So if there are no questions, I'd like to show you sort of what we have built inside the building right now, and then I'll take you out to the back of the building to see what we have there right now. So Humberto, if you want to follow me.
Absolutely.
So far, so good.
So
Keep
it's
it
a little
steady.
dark and there's a generator running, but you can see over there towards that side of the building where Humberto's pointing, that's the basketball court. And you can see that we have the basketball goals already installed. So we'll make our way over So the basketball goals that we have installed already, they are the type that fold up into the ceiling. So we can use this area for basketball, for volleyball, or whatever, private events, quinceañeras. We are going to have a gym type floor here. So it'll be usable for basketball tournaments. And so on the other side, we don't have to go over there, but if you can see it, that's where our indoor soccer field is going to be, and there's plenty of space over there for a full-length indoor soccer field. And then in the middle here is where we're going to have our offices, our gym, our kitchen, and all the other amenities in this building. So would love to hear the feedback about what you think about this building and about what this building is going to be. So feel free to give us your comments in the chat. So we'll head outside. We'll head out through the back of this building. If you want to follow me, Humberto.
Of course.
All right, so as you can see, we have a great view of the hills over towards 33, towards the prison. And this is the area where we want to develop the walking trail and the rest of the park. So the city's property includes the animal shelter over there to the left, and it extends all the way back to where you see those pistachio trees towards that fence back there. And there's another fence over to your right where that's the boundary for the city's property there. So we have lots of space to work with, and obviously we want to make good use of it, make it a recreational facility for young families to come and enjoy, and to be able to either use the building or use the outdoor amenities that we want to provide. So that's what we have in a nutshell, and I'd be happy to hear your questions or your comments. Thank you. No pause it. I know.
Got a few people on the call.
Ricardo?
Yeah.
Around real quick. Humberto is going to give a little back view of everything and then walk around from the exterior. Right now we still have some sunlight. So again, if any questions on Facebook or on Zoom, please feel free to ask. Si hay preguntas, comentarios sobre este proyecto por Zoom o por Facebook, por favor, ahorita es el tiempo. Vamos a seguir en línea hasta que ya no haya preguntas o comentarios. Gracias.
As Fernando said, the parking lot is complete and reaches around 3 sides of the building. And off to the distance over here, we have the animal shelter, like he mentioned as well, which would be a great place for people to get to know a potential pet that they want to adopt. The dog parks will be the 2 dog parks are going to be separated for both smaller and larger dogs, as he mentioned. This, like we mentioned before, be a great place for both potential adoptions and for current owners of pets. Off to the side right here, as he mentioned, we have about 23 to 27 acres worth of space to work with for all the future developments that will be happening in the next couple months. But that's assuming we get the grant funds. We hope we do. We can go ahead and take a look around the back side here, or rather the other side of the parking lot, which we know is immediately wheelchair accessible.
He's almost back, but it's delayed, so he's back. Like, oh, there he is. It didn't show. Usually, sometimes when they do that, they'll say, "You wanna do a watch party?"
Sold it.
Sold it.
Are we gonna go back on, or?
There was a comment of translation. I don't know if you wouldn't mind maybe just speaking to that slide and just saying this is what we would have, and you can end it with we invite everyone to call or comment.
Okay.
Either comment here or call City Hall and let us know.
Okay.
And we can leave it at that.
Can we go maybe to the first slide?
You want to go from there?
Better bird's eye view.
Okay. Do not mind, and you have to go super.
Sí, hubo un comentario acerca de proveer la información en español y con mucho gusto les puedo explicar lo que tenemos planeado aquí en el parque. La solicitud que vamos a meterle al Estado va a incluir un anfiteatro detrás de este edificio donde estamos ahorita, y el anfiteatro lo vamos a poder usar para conciertos, para presentaciones que tengamos de parte de la ciudad o conciertos privados también. Luego también vamos a tener un área donde vamos a tener juegos acuáticos, o sea, para que los niños se puedan mojar, y no va a ser una alberca ni nada de eso, pero va a ser un área donde tenga juegos acuáticos para los niños. Y luego también vamos a tener 2 áreas donde puedan jugar en playgrounds para niños. Va a ser un área inclusiva para niños que tienen disabilidades y ese tipo de cosas. También van a poder usar esa área para jugar. Y luego vamos a tener un lugar donde las familias puedan hacer barbecue, tener comidas o tener fiestas ahí por fuera, y van a tener va a estar cubierto con sombra también, con los árboles y también de sus patios de atrás. Y luego vamos a tener un área donde vamos a poner un parque o 2 parques para perros, porque para los que tengan perros y quieran traerlos al parque, vamos a tener 2 áreas canceladas donde puedan jugar para que no se salgan los perros de ahí, de esa área. Y luego también vamos a incluir un área donde si quiere caminar o correr o andar en bicicleta, también puede usar esa área. Y vamos a tener lugares donde tienen luz para si quiere venir en la noche también. Y luego áreas de ejercicio afuera, cuando está corriendo, por ejemplo, si quiere parar a hacer ejercicio, también vamos a tener equipos de ejercicio ahí en el parque. Entonces va a ser un área muy grande, más o menos de 23 acres, es lo que tenemos a nuestra disposición. Pero si tiene alguna otra idea o comentario de lo que se puede hacer aquí en esta área, estamos, con mucho gusto recibimos sus comentarios, sus preguntas o sus ideas también. Y nos pueden hacer las preguntas por chat en Facebook, si nos están viendo en Facebook, o nos pueden mandar un correo electrónico a la ciudad, o nos pueden hablar por teléfono para darnos sus ideas también. Gracias.
So very much.
Or pause. Okay.
So Fernando,
Like left it out because I thought it's just green space.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Can we get
yeah,
that question
I
again
didn't
for the camera?
what was that?
Can we get the question again for the camera?
Yeah, absolutely. So the question was, is there going to be just open green space where people can just, throw around a football or kick a soccer ball around outdoors? And the answer is yes, absolutely. So all this green space that you see over here by the splash pad is going to be usable for, that kind of thing. Over here, we're going to have plenty of green space for people to use just for whatever it is that they want to use. So there is going to be lots of space that that's not necessarily used up by equipment or anything like that. So, but that's a good question. Tuvimos una pregunta acerca de áreas que se puedan usar para que los niños o las familias puedan usar para jugar y las áreas verdes que ve aquí en este dibujo son áreas que se pueden usar para cualquier cosa. Nada más son áreas que son de puro pasto, y si quieren salir para allá para jugar o hacer lo que sea, ahí pueden usar esas áreas. Pero vamos a tener muchos árboles para sombra y ojalá tengamos suficiente dinero para hacerlo ver tan bonito como se ve aquí en el dibujo. Questions, audience? Any more questions? No?
I do actually. How accessible is the sports complex from here?
The sports complex? Okay.
Yes.
So the sports complex is actually, you can see it from here, but you actually have to go out to 33 along Skyline technically to use it. So we don't have any access roads directly from here because if you were to take 36th Avenue all the way down, it dead ends and there's no actual paved access. So you would have to go back out on Hydro to Skyline, down to Skyline to 33, and then 33 over to the sports complex.
Okay.
and what about, Fernando, any of that space out there, would there be a possibility of a future softball field of some sort, like with maybe some lighting, having one lighted field? So I
Yeah.
know softball is kind of a thing right now, and I know there was going to be some questions about that. Would there be anywhere out in this for a future softball field somewhere?
There could be. I think if we plan it that way and dedicate an area, because softball does take up a lot of space, so
Yeah.
it could potentially take up a whole area over here. So if that's something that the community wants to see, maybe we can, work out the layout and the site plan to maybe include a softball field if that's something that the community wants to see. Yep.
Submit your comments, please.
I did, but you didn't read my comments, man. You didn't read my comments. I think it's delayed too. My commenting is delayed.
Look at that. That lights right here.
Yeah, we'll have exterior lights. We just don't have power to the building right now, so I told them not to put them up. So. And then the parking lot will have like 2 solar powered lights.
Hey, do you want me to go on and submit that question on here so people see it?
No, it's fine. It's so when we take this to the state, they'll probably watch these videos because they know that they're recommending everyone do virtual
Right.
and try to do it in person if possible. So we had already planned to kind of do a hybrid, which hey, this is working out. The audio and video do look good.
Yeah.
I use technology, man. It's be available another 15 minutes.
See, you should have brought the projector screen out here.
Then we would just put out a movie on and just continue the night.
Maybe just do a movie here.
Seriously?
There you go.
Seriously? Be nice, huh?
First
Well, now
hydrant.
that we have the opening of a percentage in the theaters too, right?
Yeah.
So we can start back to movies. Because you barely,
Yeah.
not barely, towards the end, we had a good group of kids. But
You'll start to
I'm
get
just saying,
more solid.
we can start putting movies since we stopped ours.
Yeah.
And we can just continue them on over to the theater.
I've already emailed Swank to see what we can do about because our seating capacity is limited. I'm trying to see if we can get a discount because before it was 50 per room,
Right.
but now we can only do 20.
Right.
So I'm gonna see if we can get a little bit of a bit of a discount for that.
He's still gonna charge me a crazy amount of money. $300-$400. That's crazy to show me.
We'll show a movie outdoors because before it was $85 a license or $95 at the start of the year, which isn't bad, but
How much was it for the outdoor movie?
it's about $300-$400.
Per movie?
Yes.
Yeah, well, expensive.
That's why I was very much like I don't know about this quite. But you know
We
what?
do
We
that
have.
every month because we have no.
We do what we
There's no
can.
revenue coming
You
in.
know. But you know what? We had the budget for it. At least one film a month. That was fine.
You want to do another go around?
Sure.
Oh, you can. Well, it's still light because once it's a little darker, it's not gonna be any point anymore. Check over here.
Studios probably all the way to that tree up there.
Yeah, that's from the ground.
I think we have a lot back behind us, but for that space, but not all the way to the. I know. Fernando. will be as the pitching and batting.
Evening, everyone. So we're still out here on location at the Avenel Community Center. Any comments or ideas, please feel free, either on Facebook or on Zoom if you're participating with us. Um, Otherwise, you can email us or call City Hall if you had any other comments or suggestions. We're here to hear everyone's ideas. That way we can make a strong application for the state. Otra vez, a la comunidad, si tienen comentarios o ideas para este proyecto de un parque atrás de este centro comunitario, favor dánoslos por Zoom o por Facebook, o igual nos puede llamar a la ciudad y darnos esos comentarios e ideas. Y pues eso nos ayuda bien mucho para la aplicación, la solicitud al Estado. Gracias. Hello again. We're still out here by the community center. Like I said, we're here to hear any comments, ideas, suggestions. The city's hoping to apply Prop 68 funds. We're here another hour or so, or 15 minutes, depends. If we get any more comments. But yeah, let us know. Comment on Facebook, can comment on Zoom if you're live. Thank you. No, no comments or anything anymore. Well, thank you, community. It's already 7 o'clock. I know we had said we'd stay till 8, but it is getting dark. We still don't have any comments, but we'll still be online on Facebook. Again, feel free to comment. We'll still be reading them. We'll respond. Anything else, you can call us at City Hall, 559-386-5766. Thank you. Y ya, pues parece ya son las 7, ya oscureció, ya es hora para nosotros a irnos, pero vamos a seguir la conversación en línea. Nos puedes dejar sus comentarios en Facebook o igual nos puede llamar a la ciudad 559-386-5766. Cualquier cosa, aquí estamos para servirles. Gracias.